I want to talk about Denver, and brings us to the next part. We got a great friend of the show, a legend in the bike touring community, former Columbus, Indiana native, now Denver, uh, Colorado, nursing legend, big fan of fantasy football, big fan of the show. We are happy to have Matt Bennett join us, everybody. Matt Bennett.
What's up, Matt?
Thanks for having me, guys.
So we
How
really
you
brought you
doing?
on, Matt. Yeah, how are you doing, Matt? What's going on? What's new in Denver, in the Mile High
Dude,
City?
I'm doing great, guys. Just living the dream. Yeah, 5280, mile high. Weather's great. Doesn't get any better.
Wonderful.
Man, I love it. I love it. And a new girl in your life, I hear.
Yes,
We can talk about that
there was.
Okay, but
There's
yeah,
always a new girl, you know.
I know, man. You're shooting your shot. You know, it's dating in your 30s, right? How about these Denver Broncos? Of all the games to see him play, you get to watch him torch your former Colts. We got a little clip. We got some highlights to show while we talk. But what do you think? What's going on in Denver? You think they're on the up? You think they're a playoff team? What's going on?
Man, yeah, I've been in Denver for a decade now. Started with Peyton Manning. I think the first year I was here, we won the Super Bowl. So electric, right? Mountaintop. But it's been a bit of a rough 9 years. I feel like since then, lots of different quarterbacks, couple different coaches, right? Obviously, Nathaniel Hackett a couple years ago with Russ Wilson coming in, that was tough. I think Hackett was, I think it's obvious, horrible move, right? Uh, and then I think he ruined Russ, right? But all that
Ruined
to
him. Okay.
say, ruined him in Denver. I think all that to say, going in the right direction, right? Um, New rookie quarterback, obviously a proven coach, winner in Sean Payton. You love that. Um, and the defense. Gosh, you gotta love a good defense. Um, Even though the Colts, like you guys were talking about earlier, the Colts had them early, the first half, and then kind of blew it. And then the Broncos D really just, I feel like, clamped down on the Colts and did their thing. But yeah, man, I feel like we're going in the right direction. The stoke is high for the people in Denver, all the Broncos fans, Broncos country. Um, it's good, man.
Let's ride.
That's right.
Can they
I
still do
was
Let's
setting you
Ride
guys up
without
for
Russ
that one.
there, or no? Can they still do it without Russ, or is it still Let's
We do
Ride, or
it.
what
We
is?
do it. We definitely do it. You
We
know how
do
Russ
it.
is,
We
though.
do
He's
it.
very, uh, he's all into that stuff, right? When he was a
Confident.
Seahawk, even now, the Steelers, he's that guy.
What about
Before we go ahead, Eric.
what
Before
about
we
Bo
get into
Nix coming up
Bo Nix,
coming off of 3 interceptions last game as a rookie? How does he bounce back? You see him hitting his over on yardage this week. It was over his 223 yards. Do you think he hits his over this week, or you think he hits his under? Think they maybe run the ball a little more to maybe build some confidence, or you think they come back out slinging and maybe throw some more picks?
Yeah, it was a little bit of a tough week against the Colts D. I didn't know the Colts D had it in them to get 3 interceptions, but
They don't. They're soft. They're soft. So that's why that's incredible.
yeah, maybe Bo was just being nice. Yeah, I think he's got good reason and good, you know, there's good hope for him to bounce back. Obviously, you got Peyton there coaching him up. And kind of like what you guys were saying earlier, we compare him to Anthony Richardson. Bo Nix has like 60 more starts under his belt with college, and then coming into the pros. And so, yeah, it just seems like he's very, very mature for his where he's at in his pro career. Um, at least that's my take on it. So, yeah, I think he'll bounce back. I think they'll be fine. Maybe run the ball more. I don't know. It's a good question.
I wanted to ask you about this play, just to see what you see here. This is the Colts through what could have been a fantastic play. It turned out to be a pick, but I just want to watch this and see what you think about it, Matt.
Run game is set up. Mitchell's going to be a double pass, and that one is intercepted. Oh! It's Bonito. Unbelievable.
Notice taking the ball across the goal line there, Marcus.
Yeah, that's the 14-point swing right there.
They wouldn't even been in that situation had they just gone up 20-7. But Colts aren't a good playoff team anyways. I do think Denver's going to be interesting. They're pretty much a lock for the playoffs. The AFC is set. The seeds might be a little bit different, but we know who the 7 teams are. I think with a rookie quarterback on the road, I wouldn't expect Denver to win their playoff matchup, whoever they face. That's, just a lot to expect from them. But I think Sean Payton's obviously a great coach. Denver has a great defense. Bo Nix, I don't think he'll be like his upside. I don't think is like best quarterback in the league, but he definitely can show that he can keep them in the game with his legs. And if they just kind of stick to the simple things, he played a lot better when the game script was in his favor. They definitely need to focus on running the ball. The game tomorrow night is big just in terms of being a 6 seed versus a 7. 6 seed, you might get to play Steelers or even potentially an AFC South Texans team. If you're the 7 seed, you're going to be the sacrificial lamb to Buffalo. I wouldn't want that. But I think there is definitely optimism with Bo Nix from a real life perspective, keeping Denver afloat and relative, but also from a fantasy perspective, Nix is providing value with his legs. The 3 interceptions, I think, was more of the Colts came out with a really good game plan on defense and had them where they wanted them and let them off the hook. For those who understand that,
let them off the hook. Yeah, Matt, we're gonna get into to best bets. I think it's primarily on the Broncos Chargers game for tomorrow night. Do you want to stick around? You gotta go. It's up to you.
I can stick around. Can I ask? Can I go off script and ask some fantasy advice?
Go off script. Yeah,
here, guys.
Okay.
Well, maybe it's not that big of a deal. I do have Gibbs, so hopefully you're right.
Great, congrats.
Being a league winner. I am curious. I have Broncos D, who have been great. I think they helped me pull off an upset victory against Jason, actually, with that Thursday night or that Monday night 22-point game the other day, a couple weeks ago. So I have Broncos D and I have the Packers D. So Broncos are going up against Chargers tomorrow night or Thursday night, and then Packers are going up against the Saints Monday night. I'm leaning more toward Packers D, but I'm just curious everyone's thoughts. Who do I start?
Packers defense for me.
Yeah, Herbert threw his first interception in like several hundred pass attempts this past week, so doesn't turn it over much. Can't say the same about Rattler.
I mean, in case you're wondering, the Packers are plus or minus 700 or so to win that game. I mean, they got a huge,
from
spread,
a fantasy perspective, it doesn't get much better than playing the Saints at home on a Monday night. The Saints are going to struggle to score. So I would definitely go with the Packers there, Matt.
It's a big money league too.
You got any other questions?
Yeah, we can look at his team right now.
Yeah, pull up that.
Let's see what kind of questions he's got going on.
My wide receivers are slacking a little bit. AJ Brown finally turned it on for me, my first round pick. I would have been first place in the league, won that, money pool if he would have done better earlier. But either way, I'm glad he's turned it on. Is he going to keep it up?
That's a great question because we don't know what his ankle injury is. I think he'll be fine.
It's
definitely not someone you're probably looking. Yeah, the NFL is letting players defenders drop their hips now. I don't know if anyone else saw it. Steelers did a hip drop tackle, and they didn't even call it. But I think he avoided major injury. He should be fine. I definitely wouldn't bench him unless you're just loaded. But as you said, if you're a little shaky at wide receiver, he should get there. But Zach is more of our Washington expert, and I don't know if Lattimore is going to be playing, and if he might be shadowing
I
Brown,
believe
that could be an
Lattimore
issue.
played this past week, so instead of his usual 152 touchdown game against Washington, maybe hold him to like 95 and 1 touchdown.
He'll be shadowing him.
Struggled
Right?
with this. I don't know, but Washington defense let me down last week against the Saints, so not terribly optimistic.
They were good for like the first 50 minutes, and then they just let the Saints come back.
They thought they had it won.
Probably the only other real question I could see on Matt's lineup is should he be starting Garendo or Rashad White?
Garindo, baby. Garindo all the way. I'll take Garindo on
he's
that
playing.
one. Garindo, 2
Yeah,
touchdowns.
Garindo.
Rashad White's played like crap recently.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
it's,
you have Packers D. You should be fine, Matt.
You sound like you
I
got a
love it.
victory coming down the
I
pipeline.
love the confidence.
I would not start Anthony Richardson. I would not start Anthony Richardson. I'd keep him on the
I've got him
bench.
stashed on the bench just in case.
Who's the other quarterback?
He's got Hurts.
Yeah, I mean, you
He's got
said
the
it, forget
first.
it.
Yeah, congrats on the win.
Yeah, looking good for you in the
I
big money
appreciate it,
league.
guys.
Let's go. Let's move on and let's see if we can make some money for some of these people.
Are you
We can
staying,
move
Matt,
on
or
to
you
the
leaving?
Thursday.
I'm gonna hop off.
Okay. Hey, thanks for coming
All
on
right,
the
thanks.
show, man. Everyone, Matt Bennett, everybody, staff nurse. Got any medical questions? Go to him. His Twitter handle is meatyb244, something like that. We'll see you, Matt.
You'll find them.
See you, Matt.
See you
Thanks.
guys.